Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to our channel and today's video where we're talking about what to do when we feel paralyzed by other people's opinions. Now I want to start with talking about what is the ideal situation here, which is obviously to change other people's opinions. And I mean, to start with, I want to say I don't really like this approach for a couple of reasons. Now, one of the reasons is because as a coach, what I want for my clients is to be able to hold their own belief systems and opinions, ideas about themselves in particular, independent of what other people think. I want them to have this ability to be unshaken in the world so that they can make decisions based on what they want and where they want to go and what's important to them, rather than being swayed by whoever happens to be around them or influencing them in the moment. Now, another reason that I don't really like this as a solution is because also from a coaching perspective, we know that this is impossible. So in coaching, we take responsibility for our own thoughts and we let others have responsibility and permission to think whatever thoughts they like. We acknowledge that we cannot control what other people think, feel, or do. We can only control what we think, feel, or do. Now, of course, the exception is here that you have the ability to influence other people's ideas, but you can't do this with any level of precision. All you can do is offer them ideas, evidence, your own thoughts, and they can choose or not to take on those thoughts themselves. And in that way, you can influence what other people think. But I want to be very clear that we have no control. So we don't really have an option here to charge down this path of changing what somebody else thinks. If we like, we can go down this uncertain path of maybe, hopefully, a little bit influencing what they think. So these are just a couple of reasons why I don't like the plan of trying to change what other people think about us, so that we can then do whatever we do in life, so that then we can be unparalyzed by what others think. And instead, I want to talk about a different approach that we can take to start to get you unstuck and unparalyzed from other people's opinions. So to move forwards with this problem that we have of being paralyzed or feeling stuck by other people's opinions, we need to understand why others' opinions matter to us. Because what I just said in the first section was actually others' opinions and our opinions are completely separate. We can think whatever we like so that we can feel and act however we like in this world. And what somebody else thinks, feels, and does is not actually relevant to us. It doesn't change us, control us, or influence us unless we want it to. And this is the key to understanding what your next step is. We need to acknowledge that if we're saying that another person's opinion is affecting how we feel or what behaviors we choose to take in this world, then what we're really saying is, what we're revealing is that we on some level believe that opinion too. And this is really good news when we paint the problem in this way, because now it's not other people's opinions that is the problem. Now it's our opinion that is the real problem. And that we have control of. So this is the first thing I need you to do. I need you to acknowledge that it's not their opinion. Perhaps their opinion has prompted that belief in you. It's brought up or reminded you, shown you that you believe that too. So now we need to own that opinion as our own. It's not that they think I'm incompetent and that's a problem. It's that I think I'm incompetent and that's a problem. It's not that they think my reasoning is invalid and that I shouldn't be feeling this way. It's that I think my reasoning is invalid and I shouldn't be feeling this way. It's not that they think that my plans are ridiculous and delusional. It's that I think my plans are ridiculous and delusional. Now, it might be hard to own these beliefs in yourself, and I don't want you guys to be black and white about this. It's true that we can hold many different beliefs about one subject and even conflicting beliefs about one subject all in one time. Yes, there might be one part of you that thinks I am competent, but we need to acknowledge this other part of you that believes you're not competent so that we can actually start working on it. We need to see the reality of what's happening in our mind if we want a shot at changing it. So own those beliefs find those thoughts. Now that you have seen that belief and you've owned that belief or that thought about yourself, now we can actually start looking into the belief and understanding it. It's really coming to understand this belief and the reasons why we have this belief. Being able to see this is going to be our window into changing it. Now, there will be some beliefs that you'll see and you'll be able to just put it down straight away. You will have that awareness, just the process of shining awareness onto that sentence. You might say, hey, gosh, I do not believe that at all. And you can sort of release your grip on that thought, and maybe that thought will never come up again because your brain's sort of discarded it. Or the next time it comes up, you'll remember, oh, I don't believe that thought and it won't affect you. But some beliefs you really will need to pick up and have a good look at and to see all the reasoning behind it. And if that thought feels true to you, if it is easy for you to believe and it's hard for you to loosen your grip of believing it on, then it's worth looking into the reasoning behind that belief. And maybe we can poke some gaps in the reasoning there. So in this final step of this first phase, I want you to write the belief up the top of a page. And I want you to write all the supporting evidence that you have for that belief, all of your reasoning behind that belief. I talk about our mind being like a library where we have all these books up on these towering shelves. I picture this circular library for some reason with big ladders, and all the book titles are these beliefs that we have. And so you picked up this book, which is the belief, I'm incompetent. That's the title on the book. And now what I'm asking you to do when you look at your reasoning, I want you to sit down, open up that book and read all of the stories, all of the evidence, all of the reasoning that supports that story for you of I'm not competent. So sit down, read that book. When you're journaling, I just want you to write out all of these reasons that pop up that feel quite strong or compelling to you. Once you spent that time in an unedited, free writing way, writing down all those reasons for why you're not competent or whatever this belief is that you have, this worry that was originally somebody else's opinion. Now I want you to look at all that reasoning and I want you to make sure that you think your reasoning is sound. I want you to see if you actually believe your reasoning. Is it logical? Do you have ample evidence? Do you like your reasons? These are the places where we can poke holes in this belief. This will show us our way forward and the work that we need to do. It is not about what other people think. You are not paralyzed or stuck because of what somebody else thinks. It's your thoughts that are affecting your emotions and behaviors, the decisions that you're making in your life. And so the work needs to be done here on our own beliefs, on our own reasoning, on our own stories to change that. And it's great news because that is in our control. So my beautiful friends, if you already know that this is work that you need to do and you're just not quite sure how to get started, or the thoughts aren't freely flowing, you're having trouble picking up the thoughts and seeing which ones are really high yield to work on, then come along coaching with me. I do free, no obligation consults where we just jump on a call for an hour and you bring me what you want, you bring me where you are, and I can prescribe a coaching solution for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you so much and I'll see you in my next one.